Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher Terry, and I'd like to talk to you about why I have concern about life after COVID 19 and what we can do to help prevent COVID 19 from happening again. As we all know, we're living in a pandemic crisis right now, something that has never happened before. We can't go to social events, we can't go to certain places we love. Heck, we can't even be ourselves. This has never happened before, not in my generation, not in my mom's generation, and not even in my grandmother's generation. No matter how times has been, this has never happened in American and nation's history. But don't worry, like that old saying goes, tough times don't last, but tough people do. But the problem is, what are we going to do? What are we going to do to help prevent COVID 19 from happening again? That's the biggest problem I have. What are we going to do? Well, I have a few solutions that will help us prevent COVID 19 from happening again that I think. But remember, we have to do this. My biggest solution is wash your hands. Get some soap, wash your hands. Now, yes, I know like CNN and ABC and everybody all around the news said wash your hands. But remember, will you really wash your hands before COVID 19? Remember when you was in first grade, how your teacher said wash your hands? We gotta wash our hands before meal, after we come home from work, after we plan outside with our family. We have to wash our hands. Like I was asking, will we really wash our hands before this? So remember, wash your hands. And hey, if there's no soap, use some hand sanitizer. You guys ask yourself, and everybody gotta ask yourselves, were we really doing this? Carrying around hand sanitizer before this? So we gotta carry around hand sanitizer. Keep our hands germ free. That's the biggest solution. Even after we're shaking hands with a person, keep our hands germ free. Another solution is gloves. Now, I know when the world gets back to normal, not everybody going to use gloves for every single thing. But like me, like I work in retail, I think using gloves is the biggest factor because I don't know who I'm coming in contact with. I don't know what I'm touching. I could be touching something that's a person could be sick off of flu. I know for a fact I wasn't using gloves before this pandemic happened. But now I know I have to use gloves. I think the whole world should use gloves, not just every time, but certain situations in certain areas. Use gloves. I know I wasn't using gloves before before when I used to visit family members in the hospital and all that. So use gloves. Another thing is masks. Now, yes, I granted when the world gets back to normal, we're not going to use masks where everywhere we go or whatever. But I think it's the biggest concern to use masks, when you're around sick people, or for some of y'all in the hospital that work in a hospital, use masks. I know I wasn't using masks when I used to go visit family members in a hospital or whatever, and use some Lysol. You know, use Lysol, whatever. Now the whole nation's out of Lysol, but when it gets back to normal, use some Lysol whenever you're around a sick person to help, prevent their, whatever they have, whether it's the flu, whether it's, a bad cough or whatever. We have to ask ourselves, are we really going to prevent this? Are we really going to wash our hands? Like the old saying goes, I have another old saying, we can't change the world unless we change ourselves. So those are my biggest solutions. Yes, not everything like we're doing now, we're going to do it when the world gets back to normal. We're a creature of habit, but we need to be a creature of habit of washing our hands, putting gloves on, and certain situations, use a mask. That's all I'm saying. Thank y'all for taking the time to listen to me. Keep safe, keep quarantined till this thing is over, and I hope you have a good day.